Now, we're going to move on to number 10 here. When sufficiently frightened, most people will not only accept authoritarianism, but demand it. Ooh. Give me your take on this one.
Yeah, this is a big one. This is a really important one, actually, because it explains a lot of what's going on. And this is, so there are lots of different types of people in the world. And one of the core, I don't like to use the terms the left and the right, because I think it's a bit of an oversimplification. But if I'm going to use those terms, one of the fundamental differences between them are a systems versus individual-based approach. Or one could say, I sometimes describe it as an external locus of control versus an internal locus of control, right? So if you have more of an external locus of control, that's, I think, what leads to the embrace of authoritarianism by the state, because you don't truly and absolutely believe in the individual and individual's capacity and ability to make decisions and make reasons.
Absolutely.
So everything is about the government or the system or the structure. It's all collective. It's all collective minded, right? It's not about like, okay, you know what? I trust that individual adults are generally going to make decisions that not necessarily are always what's best or even what's best for them, but what they perceive, what they believe is.
Right.
And most people are decent and are not actually going around trying to harm people, let alone kill people. Okay. So even if maybe, you know, people disagree here and there, it's a much greater threat to try to force things on people collectively than to just allow these individuals to make their decisions. And then when you have people who have more of an internal locus of control, that's where people believe in, you know, personal responsibility and accountability and knowing what's best for yourself.
Yep.
You know, I believe everyone sitting here believes, you know what's best for you better than some bureaucrat in the government does. They don't even know who you are, right? They're telling you like you don't even know who I am. You don't even know my name, right? This is one of the maddest things that's been going on, right? I'm into health and fitness. I was into health and fitness before it was cool. I wrote a book on it.
Before it was cool.
all of a sudden, I've got random people on the internet trying to tell me and make demands, telling me what's best for me or what's best for my own family. You think I don't care about my own parents and my own family more than you, Mr. Random Internet person, right? Of course I do. And I trust that. I believe that for other people. So in each person's situation, okay, you can work out what's the best approach for you, right? What you're comfortable with, what makes sense for people around you, so on and so forth. And so I think the reason why this happens, is when people are afraid, nothing brings out base sort of primal instinct more than fear, right? When people are afraid, they default back to, how would I put it? They kind of default to a certain situation. And for a lot of people, when they're afraid, they look up.
Right.
Right? They look up. And especially if you don't see God there, what do you see? You see the government.
Yep.
It's not by accident that most people who are sort of hyper status, shall we say, don't believe in any supernatural higher power, right? They don't believe in God. So the next highest thing, government becomes God, because it's the next highest thing, right? Above yourself. And so I think that it's a natural human thing to, you're frightened, you're startled, you want someone to take the reins, take control, like tell me what to do, right? There's some alarm goes off in this building, as if like tell me what to do.
Absolutely.
Right? Tell me what to do.
Absolutely.
But for other people it's like, okay, they have that trust in themselves and other individuals. So so they are more willing to push back, and that's why you get that clash between the individualists and the collectivists, and this is something that's existed throughout history.
Yeah, it's so patterned, which is the interesting thing for me is just reading more in depth into history and just recognizing how often this happens. And it doesn't often end well.
No.
Which is the even scarier part. What is your view on, where this leads? Because obviously, historically, this does not end in a great situation for any of us.
Well, one of the great dangers of collectivism is it's willing to override and crush the individual in the name of the collective.
Yep.
And so what is unique about the Western world, what is unique about the country like the USA is the individual is respected and the individual rights are respected.
Right.
And that's how it's supposed to be?